Saturday and his amazing friends.
That's right, you silly rabbit. You'll die having never tasted this. Oh, welcome back, my friends, to where I watch Saturday morning cartoons from the past while you watch me watching Saturday morning cartoons from the past, and then maybe somebody will make a reaction video so you can watch them watching me watching cartoons from the past, because the future is dumb. That's right, it's Saturday and it's amazing friends, so let's get right to it. What's on the docket for today?
Have you seen where the Berenstain Bears live at Cedar Point? It's Berenstain Bear Country, a very special place where you can read books, listen to...
Ew! A Berenstain Bears amusement park? I find nothing amusing about that. They are, without a doubt, the lamest bunch of characters I have ever seen in my life. But hey, if you want to go pay money to go watch a bunch of boring bears give you the most obvious moral lessons possible, you do you, man. At least they don't have their own show on Saturday mornings, because then I would have to watch it. Oh!
We appreciate each other.
Yes, it's the Berenstain Bears. Or is it the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstain Bears? You know what? Who cares?
Mama, Papa, sister, and me.
This family is so generic they don't even have actual names. It's Mama Bear, it's Papa Bear, it's Brother Bear, it's Sister Bear. Oh, look over there, it's Aunt Bear. My name is Bertha. You're Aunt Bear and you're gonna like it.
Here are more Berenstain Bears.
You know, it never occurred to me before that the Berenstain Bears were grizzlies. That makes them all dangerous predators. I mean, look at their eyes. There's murder in those eyes. Do you think the bear that got Timothy Treadwell told him a lesson about the importance of protecting nature, or was that the lesson? See, now I know half of you are going to go look that reference up, and that brings me joy.
Mama, Papa, sister, and me.
I do have to appreciate how the theme song of the Berenstain Bears is based on a public domain composition. Believe me, as a YouTuber, I respect that. Okay, that was funny. You ever notice that commercials during this time look like they were scooped directly out of the brain of somebody who was on psychedelics and then thrown into a blender and then set on fire? God, I love them.
Oh, 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 my best friend, and an Oreo cookie. She loves the crunchy chocolate. I like the creamy middle.
My best friend was an Oreo cookie. Yes, I was a little fat boy. But I got those packages of Oreos all to myself. In this episode of Morality Predators, we open with sister and brother playing hide and seek.
7, 8, 9, 10. Here I come, ready or not. Anybody around my base is it.
Strangely enough, they actually do want to find each other.
First, I'll take a look under the steps. Not there.
Oh no, brother's talking to himself again. He must be off his meds. Oh, massive brain injury. Sister gets tired of playing hide and seek and decides that she wants to play Tea Party instead. Brother wants nothing to do with that though, because real men don't whine and cry and complain and play dress up. Brother ditches her to go do manly things, and this leaves sister alone because she has no other girls her age to play with. It's so weird that this kid has no friends because she isn't annoying or grating at all. Hey though, if she licks that frog, she could probably make good money making television commercials in this day and age. Oh dear God.
Brother skateboarded off to Cousin Freddie's and left Sister all by her lonesome.
Oh, I wouldn't worry. She's got her forest friends, Frog and Butterfly, to play with.
Frogs and butterflies are all very well, but it's not the same as having a cub friend your own age.
Whoa! Was that just some casual racism from Mother Bear just thrown into everyday conversation like it's nothing? Listen, lady, some of my best friends are frogs and butterflies, and I respect them and I respect their culture. Listen, I know where this probably came from, okay? Probably some bad experience with a frog when you were younger.
Hey ho, give me your wallet. No one has to get hurt. Yay!
Look, a moving truck. Somebody must be moving into that empty treehouse down the road.
Oh, I certainly hope it's a brown bear family. Not that I have a problem with black bears. I just don't want to hear that rap music all night long. And don't even get me started on Hop Hip.
Hi, welcome to the neighborhood. I'm Sister Bear. Hi, I'm Lizzie Bruin.
Lizzie Bruin? That's so weird. Your only name should be your role in your family, you weirdo. I'm gonna call you Neighbor Girl Bear from now on.
Oh, thank bear God, they're brown. I don't want my baby associating with those trash polar bears.
Race it to the top of the jungle, Jim. You're up.
Lizzie and Sister Bear play the day away as Mama Bear watches from her window like some kind of psycho. This woman needs a hobby and to travel more. You know, travel is the quickest way to cure racism, you know.
Well, they certainly have led each other on a merry chase.
You know, it's too bad that Mother wasn't watching a little closer because she would have noticed what a horrible child she has raised.
Well, if you don't give me that pointer, I'm going to keep you after school.
Sister and Lizzie get into a fight while playing school because Sister wanted to be the teacher, and then she broke Lizzie's pointer and then stomps off in a huff. And that was a nice-looking pointer.
I'll just take my dolls and go home. Lizzie, in a tizzy. Back so soon?
Sister Bear comes back home with tales of how bratty and bossy Lizzie is, and Mama Bear has to set her straight by reminding her that she's an even bigger brat. And thanks to her strict religious upbringing, she's a brat with a heightened sense of self-importance, which is, like, the worst possible type of brat.
Like what?
She's like a tiny baby Karen, a Karenling, or would you call them a Karen nymph? A Karen larva, perhaps?
Somebody at the door.
Thankfully, Lizzie returns a doll that Sister left at her house during her little temper tantrum, and Sister decides that she actually does want to be friends with the new neighbor, and they leave to play, which is fortunate because I do think that Mother and Father couldn't bear to stand around those brats anymore either. Also, I think Mama Bear was just dying to say the N-word, and she knows Papa Bear ain't gonna say nothing, 'cause he's weak.
The Berenstain Bears will return after these messages.
I hope you're hungry. This burger's a monster.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
Beasley, it's Burger Store's truck. Quick!
Nice work.
Hey, this is just a live-action adaptation of Calvin and Hobbes.
Beasley, it's too quiet around here.
Does Bill know about this?
How's the hamburger?
Out of this world. Hi, Ronald. Come play musical chairs with us.
Sure, Bertie, I'd love to play.
And they say Ronald McDonald was above doing fart jokes. Free prize in every Happy Meal.
And now, back to the Berenstain Bears.
The next Berenstain Bears episode is a weird one. It seems Papa Bear is determined to catch an old catfish named Jake.
know you're somewhere down there, Jake. And today, I'm gonna catch him for sure.
But he's a catfish that brother and sister bear are friends with, and they don't want their father catching him. This begs the question, why don't they just tell their dad that the catfish is their friend? Well, it's easy. Papa Bear's obviously a racist too.
Ain't no chillins of mine gonna be hanging out with them catfish. Not their kind. Not their kind.
Fortunately, the catfish catfishes Papa. And if he hadn't, would Papa have really cleaned and cooked the cub's dear old friend and then served it to them? The implications are horrifying. Racism is bad, children. And I'm certain that is going to be the lesson of today's episode.
The old cans, old boots. Folks are using the lake for a trash can.
Yeah, and all that junk they're throwing in's polluting the water.
Oh.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it.
It's a pollution episode.
I've caught my quota of garbage.
That's a weird segue. Jake the catfish is sick because the bears are throwing trash into the lake, which is odd because I always heard bears pooped in the woods.
Gosh, this is really serious. We've got to do something before it's too late.
The cubs go to Professor Actual Factual
You mean we've been drinking?
for help in cleaning up the lake. You know, if Mama Bear was less concerned about maintaining the purity of her children and more concerned with the safety of her children, she had noticed them getting into a hot air balloon with a stranger.
There goes a soda pop can into the water. And some phone cartons. How awful. Hey, there's a guy pouring crankcase oil into the lake. Squire Grizzly's chef, dumping garbage overboard.
Oh my god, these bears are worse than Captain Planet villains. They've seen enough from the air, and so they decide to take a sub underwater. No, not that sub. Unfortunately. Upon further investigation, the cubs discover that bear society is truly disgusting and stupid and doesn't deserve to live. Also, adults can talk to Jake too, which means that Papa can and probably has talked to this fish himself, which means he was actively trying to catch and eat a sentient, thinking creature. This episode has become surprisingly problematic, and I kind of hope the bears go extinct. I'm just going to say it. This society does not deserve to continue to exist. They deserve to disappear into the dust of time and be forgotten. But yeah, CBS didn't like this story, so they went with this one instead. And you know CBS loved it. I mean, look how much money they're saving on animation. This is the lazy and most cost-effective way to animate.
Huh. I didn't notice that.
I can't breathe.
Breathe?
That's right, Sister Bear. Fish breathe by getting oxygen from the water passing through their gills.
Yeah, but the water's got...
I question the validity of any cartoon that attempts to explain scientifically how fish breathe and then turn around and shows an octopus, a saltwater octopus, in a freshwater lake. Forget you, Berenstain Bears. When the professor tells Jake and the kids that cleaning up the lake will be expensive and that the bears won't pay for it, Jake leads them to a pirate treasure that they can use to pay for the cleanup. This is, of course, a chilling, accidental analogy that when the people who pollute won't pay for it, the ones who are affected by the pollution will have to. This is like my neighbor dumping their black water into my front yard and then saying, "It's okay, you can use the money in your savings account to clean it up." And me going, "Yay!" My cereal. To make matters worse, the animals that were victimized and then exploited are forced to thank the bears for everything they went through. If you ask me, the underwater dwellers of Grizzly Lake should introduce the bears to a new little fishy friend of their own. I can't with this episode anymore. I just can't.
Here,
was making a picture of New Tang again.
Hey, when did we get so lazy that we stopped mixing powder into water? Was it gradual or was there a specific date? Oh, May 24th, 1993. Thank you, Cora. And there we go, a journey back in time that proves that some shows should probably just be left in the past. Did I enjoy this episode? Barely. And just like the Berenstain Bears mercifully came to an end, this installment of Saturday and Its Amazing Friends has also come to an end. Before I go, let me send a special thank you to our Patreon supporters, John Borg, James Gibbons, and Bradley Amiel Julian. I thank you for your support, I thank you for your love, and I thank you for you-know-what. If you would also like to be a Patreon, please check the link in the video description below. And be sure to join us next time as we take another nostalgic and sarcastic trip back in time to visit our old pal, Saturday, and his amazing friends. Hopefully he'll bring a better friend with him next time. Because dang, racism bears. Racism bears. Chick-fil-A presents Racism Bears. If I had no moral center, I would have $1 million idea right now.